Let's Talk with Heather Dubrow starts now. Hi, everyone. Okay, hope you enjoyed the episode last night. This season is so crazy. Everywhere I go, people just have such interesting comments, observations, all those things. Pretty crazy. Can't wait to hear everyone's comments about that. I was away this week. Not really away, sort of away. I did a staycation. So I rented a house out in Malibu. And so if you don't live in this area, so we live in LA, and Malibu is maybe only 28 miles, but it takes hours to get there because there's only one road, Pacific Coast Highway, PCH, and there's always traffic and now there's construction. And so I love Malibu and it's gorgeous and they have some amazing restaurants and things to do and places to go. But it takes so long to get there, you feel like you're going to, the next state. So going there and parking there for a little while sounded very appealing to me. And I thought that before the kids go back to school and Nikki goes to Europe and Max is back in Boston, that, I don't know, we would do something. But the thought of like packing and getting on a plane or taking some very long road trip, all those things, that was not appealing to me. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun just to like pack up the car and drive not that far, but feel like you're completely somewhere else. So I booked this house for a week and then I got nervous that it was too long. So I shortened it to like 5 nights. And to be honest, in retrospect, I wish I had booked it for a week. But it was so great just kind of all being there and not having to have an agenda every day or feeling like, you're at a hotel room that you have to get out of. We rented a house, so you were just there. It was so great. The only thing I didn't count on was that some of the kids had plans or ended up having things to go to that we had to accommodate for. So that's why I wish we had done the whole week. But we got there on Wednesday, and that night, Max and Nikki had to go to a party. They didn't have to go to a party. They were excited to go to a party that their friend, so one of Max's best friends, Asia Monet, you may know her from Dance Mom. She's very talented, and she released an album. And so Max and Nikki were invited to her release party. And so it was the first night we were going to be in Malibu. But I mean, what was I going to say? You can't go? Of course. She's your great friend. I mean, I wish we could have gone, but I was there with the other 2 kids. Anyway, so they went to her release party. Congratulations, Asia, is all I have to say. The album is amazing. She's so talented. And I just love watching these kids support each other. It's incredible to watch. And it fills my heart. It means not only am I doing something right, but we as a generation of parents, I think, are doing something right with these kids. So it was great. And they had a terrific time. And then on the last night we were there, one of Kat's short films was honored by the Academy for their teen program, which is so exciting. And so even though it was our last night in Malibu, of course we were going to go. So Kat had to be there early. And so we ended up meeting her there, me and Terry and Ace, and met her at the Academy. I've never been to the Academy Museum before. It's gorgeous. If you are in the LA area, you've got to go. It's multiple levels and there's a cafe and whatnot, but it's really cool. They have such interesting memorabilia there and programs and things to see and interactive things. It was great. Really, really, really cool. I'm going to plan a trip back and go there, but we got to be there for Kat, and there was a step and repeat, and they played, it was only 9 films, and we watched her film, and they gave such a beautiful introduction for her film and said how impressed they were by it. It was really special, really, really special, and a few of her friends came to support her, and then we all went out afterwards and had dinner, and we trekked back to Malibu. But in a nutshell, basically what we did was I did things I don't normally do. I sat and read a book, which if you know me, you would know I used to be a voracious reader. And, once you have kids, the amount of time you have to read diminishes. And I realized I stopped reading books and then I stopped reading magazine. I mean, it came down like I couldn't even get through a pamphlet or a catalog. And so even though I have read since then and I do read books, I find myself reading more, I don't know, self-help books. How to be a better parent, better wife, better friend, better human, all of those things. And very rarely do I allow myself to, read something just for fun or whatever. By the way, I should say it like that. That's a terrible way to phrase it. I mean, not allow myself, but I always feel like I am busy and I have so much to do, and I will prioritize Terry and the kids before myself. I guess maybe that's a better way to say it. But I'm trying to get better at that. And so part of this Malibu adventure was also for me to check out and relax. And so I bought It Ends With Us. And I was like, all right, the movie's coming out. Like, let me just check it out. Totally obsessed. I read it in 2 days. And I loved it so much. Except I didn't like the name of the main character, like Ryle. Is it Ryle or Riley? Because it's spelled R-Y-L-E. I'm going to see the movie tonight, by the way, so I guess I'll find out. But that irritated me because I didn't like that as a name. Sorry. That is very judgmental, but I'm just telling you, I didn't like it. It's like if I read like a romance novel, which I have read in my time, if the guy's got red hair, it loses it for me. And I know my son is a ginger, but that's my son. I prefer dark-haired guys. And so, I have to sort of redirect my thinking. So I didn't like the name. I'm just telling you. But I love the book so much and I love reading so much. I just ordered a plethora of books. So I'm going to post on my Instagram. I want to hear what everyone's reading because now I'm back in reading mode. And I have to say, I just loved it. Just the act of reading, the act of sitting, the act of checking out. We really enjoyed it. I sat on the beach for hours with the kids. They came in and out. We had lunch. We went in the water. We laughed. We played Monopoly Deal. That was mostly me and Ace. And backgammon. And I read. And I just loved it. And I haven't done sort of something like that in a long time. And it just felt so, so good. We went shopping at the Malibu Mart. I bought some beach chairs. They have a place called Broad Street Coffee that has dairy-free soft serve. OMG on the dairy-free oat milk soft serve. We had a chef come over to the house one night. We were at Steak 48 one night because we went to Cat's Thing in town. But that soft serve is so good. And so I got a cone because I love a cone. And I got a cup of chocolate sprinkles and I dipped it. It was such heaven. I got it 2 days in a row. Delicious. And then, you know how I'm on my Pilates kick now? Well, I only have ever been to Forma Pilates, and they have a very specific way of doing Pilates. And so I was sort of scared to go to a different Pilates place. But I went to Good Point Pilates. And it's in this little shopping center with this beautiful crystal store that I didn't get to go to, but I would like to go back. And Kira was the teacher. It was fantastic. I actually went a couple of times. It was so good. And now I realize how much I just love Pilates. It's fantastic. And it's funny because this gal that I trained with, Alyssa, was teaching the yoga class next door, which was so fun to see her. But anyway, I loved it. If you're in the Malibu area, I highly recommend their class. This house we rented also had like a screening room in it, which was cool because I think that's the one thing we miss about our house in Crystal Cove is our screening room. And Terry and I watched Presumed Innocent. So it's like a limited series. I think it was 8 episodes, and it's Jake Gyllenhaal stars in it. And it must be based on a book, right? But there was a movie with Harrison Ford. And I had seen the movie, but I forgot what happened. So we started watching it. My God, Jake Gyllenhaal is good looking. I know I'm late to this party, but there's something weird about me that I only found him attractive when he was a cheater, maybe murderer person. It's like the only when I've decided that Brad Cooper was attractive was when he was like an alcoholic, broken man in A Star Is Born. That's when he turned me on. I don't really know what this says about me. But anyway, I remembered halfway through watching Presumed Innocent what happened in the movie. which bummed me out. But I watched the whole thing anyway, but there's a twist. So I'm not going to tell you the twist. But I have to say, it was really good. Really well done. The actors were fantastic. It's just really, really good. Yeah, so, I mean, it was really nice bonding. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not going to tell you it was like the vacation of a lifetime. It wasn't. But it was great. And I'm very into taking all the wins and not thinking like how much better it could have, would have, should have been. Terry and I got to have dinner alone with Kat and Ace. We got to have dinner with Kat and her friends. We had special time with Max and Nikki. Like, we really did all the different sort of combinations, and it was great. Just really nice. And I learned a lot from doing this because this is the first time I've done something like this with the family. We've rented houses before, but I think maybe in Mexico or something like that. But I have to say, I learned a lot from it, and now I know how to do it like a little bit differently next time. The kind of things that we would bring or that sort of thing. And maybe I'll do a little post about Airbnbs and, the kinds of things to ask for and whatnot. But I have to say, in general, I highly recommend it. It's like you're away, but if you need something or one of your kids has plans or whatever it is, you're not far away. It was great. I really loved it, I have to say. Really, really loved it. So today on the show, we have Latrell Mitchell and Nicole Murphy. They are so fantastic. And you may remember Latrell, we call her La, from Revenge Body. She was also our fitness trainer on 7 Year Stitch, the show that Terry and I did. She's awesome. And her best friend, Nicole Murphy, she is a model. She's been on like a million shows, scripted, unscripted. And she's also sort of famous for her very public divorce from Eddie Murphy. They have 5 children together. And Nicole was also on Hollywood Exes. The two of them together are dynamic. They will talk about everything and anything, and they are gracefully and I was going to say gracefully aging, but these two are hot AF, so I don't know how graceful it is, but they're amazing, and we're going to talk about all of it. So stay tuned because Nicole and La are coming up next. Whether you like fresh-faced, full glam, or somewhere in between, you've probably seen Thrive Causemetics Viral Tubing Mascara. It literally is the best. I mean, with a little water in the shower, it comes right off. You cannot believe how amazing it is. Their products are vegan, cruelty-free, and have you heard about their new Empower Matte Precision Lipstick Crayon? Oh my God, I just got this. I'm going to tell you something. You want the perfect pout? It's the Empower Matte Precision Lipstick Crayon. The colors are insane. It's long-lasting, but it doesn't have that weird, dry, flaky feel. 12 different shades. It's a 2-in-1 lipstick and liner that allows you to line, define, and fill in one step. Built-in sharpener included. And it glides on. There's no tugging. It gives you even color across the lips. It's bold. It's not sticky. It gives you this beautiful velvety finish that lasts 4 hours and isn't going to come off on your glass, which is one of the things I absolutely can't stand. Refresh your everyday look with Thrive Causemetics, beauty that gives back. Right now, you can get an exclusive 10% off your first order at thrivecausemetics.com/Dubrow. That's Thrive Causemetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/Dubrow for 10% off your first order. Please welcome Latrell Mitchell and Nicole Murphy.
Hey.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
I was just saying, these two are hot AF, but I was saying before you got here, I was like, aging gracefully. I'm like, they're not aging gracefully. They're aging fabulously.
I like to say I'm 52 years young.
52 years young. All right, so you're 52. How old are you?
56.
I'm 55.
Okay.
All right, we look fucking good. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
that's
start.
Let's put it out there.
We look good, man.
Yes, we
There
do.
we go.
But like, first of all, how did you two, I kind of just want to know how you met, how you got, because you are all talking about things people aren't talking about. You're talking about aging, you're talking about menopause, you're talking about fitness, all those things. How did you two meet, and how did this become your mission?
In the gym.
Well, in the gym. We'll leave it at that. Well, I had a client that she was dating at the time, and then I trained both of them, and then they split. But
You got her and the friend divorce.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
wow, good.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
You know how that
Thank
happens.
God.
You're like, I know. So we had each other after that split. But even when she would come to town, like we were just like inseparable. So we would do everything together and go to walk the streets. of
We
Manhattan
always like
crazy.
to do the same thing. So
Yeah.
that was like my
Yeah.
party buddy,
Yeah.
training buddy,
Yeah.
everything.
We did
so
it all. And I know
worked.
how to, one of the things that I have a gift with, I can separate the line. So like, even if we had a good night, like, all right, let's go. And in the gym, I'm a different person than I am.
So she's mean.
Oh, it would be very funny though. Because
I worked with her. I know.
No, but we would be in New York, right? And so we would have our moments. We're like, let's go out. We're like, okay, let's go. So she would have to train my ex in the morning. But we would be out to like 3 in the morning or something like that. And she would have to creep up into my place and make breakfast. And I would peek out and I would see her just broke down. And she'd be like, I hate you right now.
And she
And I'm
would
like,
just look out to stick out her tongue. She would literally look out the door like, I was like, oh, I
I'm
can't
like going
stand
back to
you.
bed.
That
Can't stand you.
is
And
so
then she'd go right
funny.
back to bed. And she'd be like, I'm sorry. But, I still did my job.
Okay, so you become friends, and then when did you what made you want to start? Because here's the thing, like we're all about the same age, and I know like my mom. I don't know about your moms, but my mom didn't talk about anything.
No.
No.
I didn't even know what a period was. Like we didn't know about me and my sister knew nothing, and it's been my goal and mission with my 4 kids to make sure they know as much as they want and need
Yeah, I agree.
to know. But I mean, man, like this, if I called my mother right now and said, hey, so when you went through menopause, there would be no
question.
Yeah, I
there'd be
agree
no
with
answer.
Because my
or it
mother
would
never
be wrong.
talked to me about it. No one prepares you for that. No
No.
one
No
says,
one's-
hey, this can happen. Your body's going to change. Or you start growing facial hairs. Do you get
Yes.
that? I get the little chin hairs now.
Honey,
I'm like,
I've
what
been
is
to-
going on?
I've been to laser away.
Me too. But
I'm
it's
getting
still,
rid
I
of
still
all of
get
it.
some of them, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, they don't.
I
They
gotta
don't
get rid of
really
it.
talk about. I just sent my mom to get her hormones checked.
Oh,
and
that's
she's
good.
about to be 70, and
Yeah.
she's not. And I was like, Mom, you never went through that, and she just never talked about any of that stuff. So she's finally getting her hormones checked, and I think the doctor gave her. She's like, I'm already feeling better. I was like, all these years, you never like. It's amazing how many doctors just don't automatically say, check your hormones.
Well, I think we're not
Insane.
going to the right doctors, first of all. And that's why I'm so glad you guys like to talk about this stuff, because what I've learned, a bit of what I've learned, is that we're supposed to get them checked, our hormones, when we're like 30 or 35. So we have a baseline. Okay? And we don't do that. And then in our 40s, a lot of us are like exhausted and pissed and stressed and all
And
these
night
things.
sweats.
And
Right.
but even
Hot
before
flashes.
even before that stage, it's like you have all this stuff going on and you go, oh, I'm tired because I have kids, or because my job is stressful, or
Yeah.
because it's this relationship. And maybe all those things are true, but the other truth is it's your hormones.
Your hormones are going.
Well, it's
bananas.
interesting. I spoke to a doctor about this, and he said, I want you to pay attention to women who are older. And he said, I want you to watch. He said, just pay attention to them walking down the street. He said, if you notice, the older the woman is with her hormones, she's not producing the estrogen, the progesterone, the testosterone. So what happens is they just start to blend into society. They dress in dark colors a lot. They don't wear makeup as much. They're just blah.
Why do you think
He
that's
said
related to
it's-
that?
What it is when your hormones are balanced and we have the estrogen, we have the progesterone, we have the testosterone, we
Give off
a
pheromone.
pheromone
Oh,
to
I
attract
see.
the opposite sex. We become more vibrant. It's like a bird. We become colorful. We dress in more colorful, colors.
right.
We stand out more.
Happiness is
But when
included
you're
in
not-
happiness.
Yeah,
is
happiness, your
very-
whole energy, your vibe, it just completely changes. But that's what happens to a lot of older women. They just blend into society. They're just there.
So I had gone to my OBGYN at one point because I was like, I was probably 44 and I was like, and I feel this and I feel that. She told me to go on low-dose antidepressants. And I went and talked to someone else, and they go, absolutely not. But this is the problem, is that I think that one of the education things that we need to get out there is, what kind of doctors are we supposed to be going to? I don't have all the answers for this, by the way. I'm just bringing it up for a conversation because I think we should be asking our primary care physicians, who do you know that specializes in hormones, anti-aging, like all those things?
Well, that's what I go to.
I go to all of it, and I'll take anything.
I go to a doctor
Who do you
that
go to?
specializes. Her name's Dr. Queenar. I go to her.
Writing that down.
She's great. I've been going to her for
Like Queen?
years.
Like
no,
Queenar?
it's CWYNAR.
Yeah, she's right on. She's in
on
Beverly Hills. She's
Roxbury.
here. Yeah, Roxbury.
Now, my
Yeah.
husband's super smart, and he knows a lot about a lot. And if I say this, that, or whatever, or I heard about this, he'll research it and all that. But everyone needs a captain of their ship.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's true. But it's great that we're talking about this because we are giving the women the information. Like, they probably don't know what's going on with their bodies right now. And they're like, what is happening
idea.
here?
I
do
finally
need to speak
found
about it.
a GYN. My GYN, she's in Beverly Hills, Dr. Collins, but she was the first, like, you know, I still have to be an advocate for my care, even with my GYN. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get my hormones checked before I, like, we have to be an advocate for our own health. Because if you're not, like, you can't depend on someone to do it. Or I just know friends who are like, not having sex with their husbands or not doing it.
Yeah.
Like, you should, like, when you're not, like, they think it's normal to have sex once a month or something like that. I'm
That's
like,
not normal.
That's not normal.
That's
Well, I mean,
boring.
I mean, unless he's really irritating for a month.
I mean, yeah, I mean.
I'm just saying.
But I think
could
it's-
happen.
But it's on both sides because the men are not getting their stuff
Yeah.
checked either, and they're trying to say, "Oh, it's the woman," and it's like, well, it's both of you. 'cause
Yeah, you
I'm
could
sure
have. They could have low testosterone. Yeah, so
100%.
So
Everyone
that
needs to
affects
get
you.
checked. And I think also it's a little even more global than that. It's not just the hormones. It's like, but this has to do with, you know, menopause also. You gain weight in weird, like I never was thick in the middle.
me either.
Where did that come from?
all,
like,
yeah.
your
But
body
your body's
changes.
changing.
And men, their bodies change also. They get thick in the middle
Yeah.
as well. And, you know, when you don't feel sexy, it's like what you were just talking about with the clothes, and when you don't feel sexy, you don't want to have sex.
wanna have
And then I think you can get into a bad routine.
Right.
Yeah.
Of
Get
not having sex.
comfortable.
Get too
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't. No. But
Do you make appointment sex?
no,
Never?
I would, no. My husband is off the charts.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, it's spontaneous
that's
most of
good.
it, but I mean, we get it in at least 3
I'm
times.
single,
A week.
so hey. All right.
So you're having more than both of us.
We're at least 2 to 3 time a weekers, at least.
That's so good.
Yeah.
For us, it really depends. Like just did a staycation in Malibu, fantastic. But sometimes, like, you know, he operates really early,
Yeah.
so there's like a slew of days strung together where he's up at 4:45 in the morning, like he's exhausted.
Right.
That's fine. I'd rather have like someone awake in the bed with me
Right.
than like a quickie. Although that's okay too sometimes. But sometimes when that happens, like I make sure to schedule it.
Right, yeah.
Sometimes you have to. It's not that romantic.
It's
but
not that romantic, but there are times when I'll be like, tonight is on. And he'll be like, all right. Like, that's how we schedule it.
But it's good because you know, like you say things like work begets work.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
sex begets sex. Like sometimes I think if you like haven't for a little bit, you go, oh right, oh this
this is what
good.
this like. This is okay.
This is good.
And that's also helps with your hormone. Like what you let off during sex is a
Yeah.
whole nother hormone and beautiful feeling. Like
Yeah.
that people don't do it, and it should be a part of your.
My whole thing is I thought that menopause was a thing that you just got through. Like you get to a certain age and then there's like some things, like some hot flashes or whatever, and then you're on the other side of it. But this is like a 15-year
Right.
situation that no one tells
Right,
us.
yeah.
Well, I like to say there's no pause in menopause, only power.
Oh, we're going to be men-empowered?
Menopowered.
Okay, how are we doing that?
We're doing. I think we're doing great.
We are. I'm doing good.
I'm doing much better now.
It took me a
Me
while.
too.
Nicole told me about the pellet. So first I was using.
Oh, I don't do the pellet, but tell me about it.
well,
It's great.
By the way, just so you know,
fantastic.
I'm allergic to everything, literally everything. I'm sure that's why I joke like I'm the only plastic surgeon's wife with real boobs, because I promise you, if I had implants, they would
probably
jump out of
jump
my
out.
body. So
no, the
the pellet scares me. But I do I do
Right.
other
You do
forms.
the cream,
I do creams.
the
I got
compound
patches.
cream.
I got
Listen, I did
all
the pellet
kinds.
for the first time, and I felt like I was 21 again. I was
Really?
like, what is going on? I was just so beyond horny.
She was like, "Girl,
I
wait
was
till
like,
you get,
oh my
you get-
God.
You're like, swipe right.
What
Yes,
is
but
going
is
on
Is that the
here?
right way to swipe?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm about to start humping on people's legs. I don't know in a minute.
horny dog.
All of a sudden, 20,000 listeners sign up for the pellet.
Right.
What is the pellet? Can you guys tell me? But
So
I
yes.
finally got it because I was like you. I was using the compound. I was doing the patch and doing the progesterone at night with my magnesium so I can sleep. Like,
Right.
game changer. I still have to take the progesterone though. But the
Yeah, I take that, too.
take that at night. But the pellet, it's been 3 weeks
Yes,
now.
it kicked in.
How
It finally
It
kicked
kicked
in.
in.
It finally. So stupid.
how she's gonna hump you now?
I know.
How long does it last? Like how many
3 months.
3 months.
So you have to get it put in every 3 months, and
3
it's
months,
kind of
yeah.
like a little, like a mini surgical procedure.
Yeah.
It's easy. All they do is that in the butt muscle, they just insert it.
slide
right
'em in,
there
slide
in the
'em in.
butt
Sew 'em
muscle.
up.
Sew it up. It's not no big deal.
Yeah.
But it's
And you have a little
amazing when it
you have
kicks
a little
in.
Band-Aid on your ass for 24 to 48
Yeah,
hours.
that's
and you're
it.
Fine.
Mine would jump out. I'm telling you. But I feel like what I'm doing now with my creams and my patches and my supplements and whatever I'm on right now,
It's working.
It's working. Like I feel good because my biggest fear was becoming dry. I don't
Yeah,
mean
you
just
don't want
vaginally.
that.
I mean like head
All
to
of it.
toe. I want to be juicy.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Well, the
What's-
pellet
wait,
gives
wait,
me juicy.
What is that? What is that? WAP? I always teach you about new music.
Yeah,
know.
I know the WAP.
Oh, you. Oh,
I know that I have
I know you
children.
know that one.
I know
okay,
them.
Just
I-
making
yeah,
sure
I got
you know
it.
what the WAP is.
Oh my God, she's so funny. I fell in love with La because we did this show called 7 Year Stitch, and she was our trainer.
Oh,
And
Lord.
we fell in love
we fell in love,
immediately.
yeah.
Yeah. Still searching for great candidates for your company? Well, don't search, just match with Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. So ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/Heather. Just go to Indeed.com/Heather right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/Heather. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Let's talk about fitness because obviously you're both in great shape.
Thank you.
But what I find interesting about the whole fitness thing is another thing that we don't talk about is fitness through the ages, because what works in your 30s and 40s and 20s does not work in your 40s, 50s, beyond. You do have to change it. So Terry, I can't believe I'm talking about this again, but Terry's really into zone 2 cardio, which I don't want to hear about it. It drives me insane.
Zone 2?
It's like the slowest, most boring cardio. It's walking slow in a treadmill, basically, is what it is.
Really?
But a lot of athletes do this
Well, they're
now.
doing
Peter
it because
Attias
you don't
talks.
take, and if you do it on an empty stomach, it's supposed to go into different fat stores.
Well, I
and,
do like
mean, it's
cardio
like-
fasting.
Yeah.
That I do like. But I have found that I can't like the running and the HIIT training and everything is not for me anymore.
I can't do that anymore.
I've become a Pilates hoe.
Yeah, you know, I'm actually thinking about starting Pilates.
Go with
'Cause my
me.
hip and my knee is, I got to get my hip and knee checked again.
She was like, I need a hip replacement.
think-
I was
yeah, they
like,
told me
the
I need
new-
a hip replacement.
The
Can
new
you believe that?
technology, you'll be out in a week, girl.
We'll
Listen,
see.
the Pilates is so good.
Yeah, I was doing Pilates at one point and I stopped. I need to get back on that.
Well,
like
I
it.
believe
I go to
in
Forma.
Pilates, but I'm going to tell you, ladies,
But you
We
gotta
still
do-
have to
I
weight
will- you gotta
train.
do
professional,
weights.
you
You have to do
still
weights.
have to lift weights.
100%.
You're
I
not doing
agree.
that. And you should be lifting heavy.
Absolutely.
I know you guys hate
The
to
older,
hear
No,
that.
no, I
no,
agree.
the older you get,
Yeah.
I know you have to lift
Yeah,
heavier
those
weights.
That's the
little
one thing I'm
2-pound
missing right
weights
now.
and all that stuff. No bueno.
No, it's
Like,
good for like the little micro
no
No, you
No.
got it. The older we are, we have to lift heavier
for
weight.
bone density.
for bones and for
Yes,
all
ma'am.
of that.
muscle.
Okay, so we're going to lift heavy, but we're also going to do Pilates instead of running for me.
Exactly.
For me,
So
too.
running is not my jam.
You know
at
what
all.
scared me? Like a year ago, this friend of mine said, "Aren't you scared of getting runny face?" And I went, what is running
running
face?
face?
I don't know. I think it's equivalent to Ozempic face. is what I'm assuming.
I've heard about Ozempic face. I've seen a lot of Ozempic
But
face.
you know what I think that is, honestly? I think it's that when people lose weight too fast, no matter how you lose it.
Well, they lose a lot of their muscle.
Well, they lose a lot of the muscle.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you have to find, if people are going to do Ozempic, the biggest thing is finding a doctor who's going to prescribe it and watch you as you do it. A lot of doctors are over prescribing. So when you're hearing these horror stories, it's because
Like
the
they're taking
dosage-
too much?
The dosage is too high. They're taking too much. And on top of that, they're not changing their eating habits or working out.
Yeah.
So
That's
now
still doing the
those
same
are like you're
old
still doing the
habits.
same old things, but you're not switching it up. So not only do we lose muscle and bone density as we get older, that just happens naturally. But now you're taking a drug that helps to accelerate that, and then you're not changing any of your habits. So it just accelerates things. So if anyone out there on Ozempic or any drug like that, highly, highly recommend you get your
be
ass in the
careful.
gym.
But I've
got
been hearing
to.
horror stories about it too. It's affecting your organs and stuff.
Well, I've
Listen,
heard-
my
yeah.
husband is a huge proponent of these drugs. Just so you know, he talks about it in every interview. There's so many positive
Yeah, there's a lot of
things they're
positive.
saying.
The
It's good.
GLP-1 is good. Brain
Brain
fog,
function.
all of that.
Your heart, all these things. This could end up being a thing. Like I take metformin. Do you take metformin? No, so metformin started as a diabetic drug. A lot of people take it because it has huge anti-aging and anti-cancer properties to it.
Wow, never.
Metformin.
Metformin, yeah.
Never heard of it.
But people were taking it because I think it, it helps with the sugars, so you can lose weight
Okay.
from it as well. But I'm all about the anti-cancer and the like anything for
course, yeah.
longevity. I'm totally in. But I get it, and I've had some friends. I don't want to say how many, so people won't start counting my friends on Instagram. But
Let me go.
but
through
I
your
have had
crowd.
some friends in menopause hit a point where their bodies, for
just
whatever
stopped.
reason, just
Yeah.
stopped and they didn't feel like themselves again. They took it, but worked out and ate properly and weaned off. But I mean, with all the good properties, I say go. Why not?
Well,
Yeah.
if you
You can handle it and
if
it works
you
for you
find
and you
a
can lift
doctor
weight.
who is willing to do it the right way, that is the biggest thing. It's just like a trainer, just
Yep.
like anything like that. You have to find the right person to
And you
prescribe
got to
it
change
and
your lifestyle.
And you have to change your
You got to
lifestyle.
change your eating. You have to.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they're like, it's not working. Well, you're doing this wrong. You're not eating properly now.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's true
Whatever.
of any diet too. I was telling my kids last night we were eating soup. This is so stupid. But I used to do the cabbage soup diet.
Oh, gosh.
Do you know the cabbage soup
I
diet?
heard of it.
I heard of it.
All right. So, I mean, after each of my kids, that's how I lost the weight. I would go on the cabbage soup diet. It's the dumbest diet ever, but it totally works. So you basically eat cabbage soup.
Yeah.
And then one day you eat tomatoes,
Oh, wow.
and one day you have beef, and one day it's just a dumb 6-day thing.
Right.
But
It worked.
so works.
Well, but also it's a caloric deficit, so it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're
Exactly.
Yeah. So no matter what, you're low on calories, and the cabbage is supposed to give you
Yeah.
the nutrients you need. And I mean, I get it, but once you eat again, then what?
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing is that then you can't just go have a container of Oreos.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't like the word diet.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed people who go, I'm on a diet, and they'll lose all this weight. And then when they come off the diet, what do? They gain
Gain all
back
of that. And then
you're
the
right.
weight.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle. And even back in the day, you hear people say cheat days. I don't like people talking about cheat days because then that means you're cheating on whatever. You should enjoy food,
Yeah.
right? So how do you get to a point where you're enjoying what you're eating and you don't feel like you need a cheat day? So I'm a big component of 80-20. 80% of the time you're eating the things that you should be eating, the things that your body craves if you knew it was supposed to be there.
Right.
You know, like cancer's through the roof because we're eating so much processed crap. Like, don't get me. I'll take up your whole show and stuff going down that road. But
No, but I know what you're saying. I
but
don't
it's-
do like a quote cheat day or anything
Yeah.
like that, but I live my life probably exactly like you guys, you
Yeah.
know, lean protein and
Yeah.
vegetables
Yeah.
is the basis of my diet. Everyone's so bored with me saying that, but that's just the truth.
It's true.
Yeah.
But I really have to like twist my thinking. So we did this staycation in Malibu this week, and you know, I like Twizzlers, I like double stuffed Oreos, I like.
Really?
Oh,
You like that?
listen, I'm also drinking a Diet Coke right now.
Oreos
Don't
is
judge
like
me.
Don't even let me get
Crisco.
started
I know,
on your
but I
Diet
don't
Coke.
drink it much.
That's horrible.
Oh, I know.
That is
I
awful.
know. I don't have many vices, and
That's
so
one of them. Okay.
So I don't drink diet soda every day, but I will have one. And usually I drink the little tiny can, so it's just like a hit of it. But I drink a lot of water. And so when we were in Malibu, there was this little screening room. We were watching this TV show. And so like I had my Oreos, my Twizzlers. But to me, instead of thinking I'm cheating, it's more I have to say to myself, I'm going to enjoy this thing.
exactly.
That I don't always have, but I'm
know-
really
Right.
excited to just, or else
Oh,
then.
trust me, I have my moments.
Oh yeah, and we
No, but
love
isn't it-
French fries.
Oh,
This is
I love French
and
fries,
you put
but I
me in
don't
a place
consider that in the bad category. Is that
Well,
bad?
Yeah.
let
it's
me.
bad.
It's bad, but
How bad?
I enjoy
It's
it.
bad.
You know who has the
Potatoes,
fried
it's
potatoes.
It's almost a vegetable. Nicole.
They're saying, what is it like three French fries is like the equal, what is it, equal like 2 pieces of toast or something?
Yeah, and I
Something
love some
crazy.
bread.
You know what I saw someone do the other
Bread.
day? I saw someone take tortilla chips. You know, like you get the
love
basket.
tortilla chips.
Yeah, and they took 4 of them and they put them in a circle and said, "Do you understand? 4 chips is 1 full tortilla."
Oh my God.
Now think about like how you like to eat the whole.
Yeah,
Tearing them
basket.
up.
Tear
I know
'em
I
up.
do, especially some Doritos. She's like, those are chemicals.
Oh, you're ragging on my double stuffed Oreos and you're eating Doritos.
I would tear
The
some
chemi-
Doritos
That
up once in
orange
a while.
stuff is not
It's
cheese,
so
Nicole.
bad.
It's not
bad.
cheese. It's
It's
horrible.
bad.
But isn't everything in moderation okay? I mean, shouldn't we do that?
I mean, listen.
Laws say no.
Doritos, no. Ew. Diet Coke, ew. I'm judgy, much, yes. But I do like La Petite. I love La Petite. I go there. I'll have they have the French fries with the
The steak?
the rosemary, with the fresh seasoning on them, and then they bring out the baguette. And you put that hot butter on it, girl.
But there's nothing better than butter.
Butter and bread.
Butter is so
bread, and French
good.
fries are like my vice. That's me. I don't really do sugar. I'm not a big sugar
Well, I
lover.
think that's
like
the thing. I
salt.
think if we've learned anything from like the whole like miracle weight loss drug, semaglutides, I think they pronounce it now, semaglutide. It's that sugar is the root of all evil,
Yeah.
Sugar's
which
the
is
devil.
terrible because
Yeah,
I
it's
do
so
like
addictive.
sugar,
Yeah.
but also it's all about the inflammation. So we have to get all the inflammation out of our body. I need to pivot from this for a second because I have to know what it's like to be single.
Ooh.
At this age, looking like you do, having your
I don't like
resources.
it.
Really?
I don't like. I'm a relationship type of woman, but my man died, unfortunately. Yeah. So I'd rather be in a relationship. You know,
How long ago was that?
February 26th.
Oh, I'm
Cancer.
so sorry.
Cancer, COVID turned into pneumonia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got him. But no, single is I hate it. Especially in this day and age. Ugh. That's
And I
social
feel
media
like
and all
being
that stuff.
single now, people are just so. No one wants to get to know you the old way. Like people are not having conversations
Well,
on
they
the
don't.
phone.
No one.
anymore.
No one
Like,
meets the way they used to.
Yeah, and I'm
No.
like, how do you expect me to get to know you if you're texting? Like, I don't understand that whole.
I think
like,
it's too
let's
much
have a
access,
conversation.
though. People have too much access with this whole social media.
Yes,
and the
because-
DM, they want to climb in people's DMs, and you
Yeah.
don't know what's
No,
going
but
on.
it's worse. It's like there's a. Okay, it's like this. If someone comes on our show and rewatches old episodes, is a fan of the show, watches old episodes, whatever it is. Like we don't do that in real life. You know, you
Right.
need to meet people where they are
Organically.
now.
Yeah,
no, but
yeah.
where they are right now. So
Yeah.
when I joined our show, I had never seen it, and then I took a few years off and I went back, and I didn't watch what happened while I was gone because in real life, like I meet you guys, we're all friends. I go abroad for 2 years and we don't talk, and I come back like, what you been doing?
Yeah.
And maybe if I had known exactly what you were doing at every moment of the day, I would have one opinion
Right.
of you.
Right.
Right? But maybe you've grown and changed and evolved and all those things. So I just feel like dating must be the same thing. You have access to so
Yeah.
much information
Yeah,
online.
people can look you up, judge you based on what they read, and you're like,
I
oh, that
honestly
was,
don't like guys who are on IG.
Yeah.
I prefer a man who's not on
Who's
IG
not on
and
social
all
media.
that stuff. I can't
Can you
stand
find
it.
that?
I mean,
Well, I had one.
yeah, he wasn't really on like that.
Yeah, he wasn't on like that. It's rare, but that's just me. I mean, I'm very
Because
picky.
and then you have someone who's just sitting there and just through there, and you're like, hello, just on their
Yeah.
phones. You know, it's a very different time.
it's different. I
How
don't
old are
like
your
it.
kids?
My oldest is 34. My youngest is 22.
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're grown. I'm an empty nester now.
My husband would love to be an empty nester. I'm just kidding.
How old are
How
yours?
many do you still have at home?
I have 2 at home still. We have the twins are almost 21. Katarina's about to be 18, and my youngest is 13.
Oh, okay. You got that 13-year-old.
Yeah, that dangler, man.
You got a few more years on that
Few
one.
more
Few more
years,
years.
man. So how do you meet people? You not online through introduction?
No, I think, yeah.
you on
just
Raya? Isn't that like the
You know what?
celebrity-
It's so funny. I know a girl, she's just like, Nicole, you need to get on Raya.
Yeah, that's the
But-
celebrity
That's
dating
celebrity
app.
dating
Yeah.
app.
But I'm so nervous about doing stuff like that. So I'm like, just being out, like I don't do the club thing. I too old for that now. Unless I'm out of town. We do
Yeah,
Vegas
Vegas.
girl stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
But
it's always fun.
I'm more
My
I
assistant was in Vegas last weekend, and she was like, they were at the Sphere watching The Dead, and then they went to Delilah's, and then they went to Matchbox 20 like at 2 a.m. Like they did all these
Yeah.
things, like, and it was like whirlwind, da da da. And so Terry and I are going to Vegas on Saturday because our friend Richard Marks is playing, and like he's a phenomenal performer, but it's like a very different trip.
Yeah.
I'm listening to her trip, and I go, we're going to Vegas. I go, oh, it's a different
It's
trip.
going to be
Yeah,
a
it's
different trip.
different.
Yeah, very different.
But I'm more rooftop, nice,
The nice lounge.
hotels, lounge.
Yeah.
We love karaoke.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
karaoke.
that's a spot.
Oh, we do?
I do.
All right, let's talk about it.
You guys
We
go to
tell you about it.
karaoke.
Oh, we
Do you know I've
love-
never been to karaoke?
Oh my God!
Girl,
I
it's
went the
about
other
to
night.
change your life.
No,
I
I've
had
never done
karaoke.
so much
I have
fun.
karaoke machine at home. I
We
get
have
it.
one at home too, but I've never done
So
karaoke.
much fun.
Host a party. We'll come over.
Okay, fantastic. Totally in. I love that.
Yeah, 100% in.
But you can't go to it's the same way about meeting friends. Like, how do you meet other women after a certain age?
energy.
No, but I mean, where?
Energy, like
At
in
the
a gym.
gym?
I would say like if you're in the gym or you're out and about and
It
mutual
just
friends.
depends.
And I think also as you get older, your circle is your circle.
Yeah,
as
my
well.
circle's like this.
Yeah,
It gets
like,
So little.
Yeah, the circle gets so tiny as you get
But
older.
it's better for me. It's less
it's-
drama.
Yes.
You don't have all that craziness around you.
Yeah, and it's just you, and you want authentic people around you because then you don't know who's around you just because you are who you are.
Right. That's
You
true.
know?
Oh, I agree with that. I think there is something very freeing about when I turned 50, I was like, okay, this is like the second half, right?
Second half, best half.
Yeah, but there's nothing to lose. So
Yep.
like I always, if
Yeah.
I, at younger, I would think twice about sending like an email, like a business that, do I need to fix that or change? Now I just go, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm like that. I don't care what they think.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares? Because you get to that point.
I don't care if I hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
I'm at that point.
Yeah,
Because
or you can be bolder, right? You
Yeah.
can just kind of go
I'm just
for
like-
it.
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything now, I'm so good at no. Nope. Why? Just don't want to go.
Not doing
Well, that's the thing. You get past the point of saying I can't because.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
I don't
there's-
have
and
to
then
explain
and then
it.
people
No.
are like, why? I don't want to.
I think you just reach that point. You just like, I'm
You just
fed
like,
up. I don't want to.
So sorry,
I don't
can't
want to
make it.
play
Yeah.
games with that.
Yeah. I don't.
It's like,
I'm grown. I don't want to do it.
Because there are positives to being this age. It's not just all like the hormones. Yes, like that all sucks, and the body stuff, like that stuff. Yes, that sucks. But there is like, I do enjoy the freedom of, this is my turn. I can do
Yeah.
what
yeah.
I want.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's something really freeing in that moment where you're like, no.
Let's Talk with Heather Dubrow is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedies, celebrity interviews, news, or even motivational speakers, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue, right? And guess what? Now you can call the shots on your auto insurance too. Enter the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. The Name Your Price tool puts you in charge of your auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and then they'll show you a variety of coverages that fit within your budget, giving you options. Now that's something you'll want to press play on. It's easy to start a quote, and you'll be able to choose the best option for you fast. It's just one of the many ways you can save with Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com to try the Name Your Price tool for yourself and join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Companies and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hey girlies, I'm Cody Rigsby.
And I'm Andrew Chappelle.
We're here to announce our brand new podcast, Tactful Pettiness.
Now on Podcast One.
We have a lot of opinions. Flip-flops in New York City? You don't love yourself.
If I'm not seated, I'm not tipping.
Do I want to see a picture of your baby?
No. If I have to scroll more than 10 seconds, he's not cute.
Settling gets you an ugly boyfriend. So we're going to help you out.
We sure are, because we have the life expertise.
We have mastered throwing shade with intention.
We are in the business of helping you find and keep your man.
And we're here to teach you the fine art of tactful pettiness.
Join us each week as we traverse the world of pop culture,
Chat with our celebrity friends,
and show you how to accept yourself without taking life too seriously.
Get new episodes of Tactful Pettiness with me, Cody Rigsby.
And me, Andrew Chappelle.
Every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere you get your podcasts.
Stay petty, bestie.
You guys have bucket lists?
Oh, mine's more travel.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I love traveling, so I'm trying to hit all the spots. I'm
And
going to
she-
Kenya next. I'm
You
going in a few
are?
days. Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
So I'm like on a mission.
Where else do you want to go?
Oh my God! I got a huge list.
Yeah.
I can't even think right now.
Do you
I want to
travel?
go to Turkey though. I have not been to Turkey.
I heard Turkey's
yet, too.
amazing.
What about you? You have bucket list stuff?
Not really. I'm kind of like I do want to travel and see a lot of different places. I believe it or not, never been to Italy. So I know.
Oh my God, I love
So I
Italy.
want to
Love
go to.
My son's studying there abroad for a semester. This semester.
Don't worry, if you need me, I'll go with
Okay.
you. But yeah, that's definitely on my list. I want to go to Australia. I want to see.
I've never been there.
I want us to go to Australia, New Zealand. I know those for sure. Those who want to go.
So a lot of times when we talk about kids with my friends, I have friends whose kids are older and friends whose kids are younger, but my friends with the kids that are younger are always like, oh, how are you so cool with their stage in life and all? And I am, because I just felt like, when they reached whatever milestone they reached and it was time to move on, I was happy. Like, I lived it, I got it, time to move on. But I love, like, this stage now. Like, I've loved all the stages, but, like, this stage now is, like, really great. I'm curious about where your kids are, because that seems even better to me.
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean it like
age
that.
wise,
empty
like,
nest or what?
No, I mean it like, all right, so children.
You're cool with them.
Oh, cool
Children
with them. They're-
children go through a douchey phase,
Yeah.
right? 12, 13, 14, they're like
course.
assholes. And then when they are.
No, they
and
are.
Then, they are. And then
wanna-
when they come back to you, they're kind of very cool.
They think they know everything.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
think they know
and they have their
everything.
own hormonal things. And I think being at our ages and what we're going through, it gives me like a bit of a perspective, especially my 13-year-old. Like, right, no, I get it. You do you. I got it. You got to get through this. We'll get through it. And but I also know after this many kids, like they come through on the other side and they're
Yeah.
cool. But my twins that are almost 21 and even the 18-year-old, like they're fun.
Yeah, they're
we
fun.
hang out, we go out, you talk to them. It's
Yeah.
like really, really cool. Like the one that's going abroad, he was like, "Mom, come early. Let's go do something." I'm
Right.
like, "I'm in." So what is it like at this next chapter when they're are there any of them married or they're they
I
are,
got
right?
two of them. The two oldest ones are married.
Right.
My son and my daughter, they're married. The other
Not to each other. Go
No,
ahead.
no.
Yeah, let's be clear.
The other three, I know, right? The other three are single and just living life right now. My Shane's in New York.
Shane's in New York.
Doing her. But no, they're great. I mean, it's just the crazy thing is it never stops. You still get them phone calls.
Oh, yeah.
Mom, What do I do about this? It always
yeah.
happens some kind of way, and it's a trip. But when I know it was weird when they all moved out. And I was an empty nester, and I was so used to like trying to sneak and use the toilet without somebody going, Mom! But now it's like it's empty, it's quiet, it's like, and I was tripping in the beginning. It took me a while to adjust, but now I'm I love it.
But we partied with a couple of the girls.
Oh, yeah.
In Vegas.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, it's fun when you can hang out with your kids.
Yeah.
It's
That's what I
fun.
love.
It's like they
Do you
reach
all
an
still
age.
travel together or no?
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's but the hardest thing now is getting all of them in one room because I got 5 of them. So it's like, oh, this one's doing this. This one's with her husband. Oh, he's with his wife and their family. So it's like kind of hard sometimes, but when we do get them together,
Yeah,
it's
the
great.
holidays get
Yeah.
tougher, right? Yeah.
And what about for you guys? So you and I have talked about not having children and all that. There's a lot of that in the media right now.
Oh yeah, I'm the childless dog lady.
I thought it was a cat lady.
Oh well,
no.
now it's dog. Now
Dog
there's
and
a
cat
whole,
lady?
There's a whole thing going on with the women who don't have cats. Like we are dog owners,
Oh, okay.
so we like.
well, I'll
hey,
tell you
we
what irritates me about it. To me, when I read these articles, there is a stigma put on women, many stigmas put on women that, for whatever reason, don't have children. And it's negative, and it's like, or it says like, oh, well, they know they're selfish, so they shouldn't have children. You know, like that kind
Oh,
of
no,
stigma,
that's not
which I
cool.
find so
That's not cool.
It is.
outrageous. And this whole cat lady thing and everything. But I wanted you to talk on it and give a voice to it.
So for me, I mean, I started a nonprofit just working with kids and really going through being a pioneer with childhood obesity and that stuff. Like, I love kids. Kids love me. Like, it's just, there's nothing, for me, I just knew this lifetime is not something I wanted to do, but I wanted to give back in a different way. And I have a bonus son now who, he's 18 and he's a lot of fun and he hangs out. But, for me, it just was at 30, I made a decision that I didn't want to do it. And it had nothing to do with being selfish I wanted to focus on my career and do other things and not have to worry about that. So at that age, there's a lot of young ladies out there at 30. And men will tell you, oh, you'll change your mind.
Right.
Oh, you'll change your mind. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to change my mind. This is where I am. And, you sure you want to do something with those genes? You have good genes. I'm like, thank you. I'm
Well,
cool.
I have a brother who doesn't want kids. My youngest,
Yeah,
Darius.
Darius, he
He's
doesn't.
like, nope, I'm not having kids. I don't want kids. It's just not for him. He's like, and he loves kids. He's great with them and everything.
That's why I always say, like, there's different ways to mother.
Yeah.
There's different
I'm
ways
the
to
auntie.
parent.
I'm so many. I'm the auntie.
well,
to
you
so
are
many
a mother.
Kids. Yeah, I
By
am
the way,
in different ways.
you mother your clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've worked out with you.
Yeah.
You're also mean. But no, I'm kidding. No. But there's so many different ways to mother that I think people don't understand. It's not
Yes.
just about raising a child.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Plus,
And
I don't
agree.
think it's fair for people just to judge people on that because what if they're not capable of having a
And
child?
it didn't
just
happen.
didn't
Doesn't-
happen.
I mean, sometimes
Well,
that
people are very
happens,
judgmental.
People are very judgmental.
And they're judgmental of things that they don't understand. So
Yeah.
people don't understand when someone just has one child.
Or
how could you just have an only
or how
child?
could you
Right.
not want that? So you have to think of the person who started it, right? And their whole view in life and whatever, but we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. But it's just people have in their head what they think you should want, what
Right.
your dream should be. And not every woman, like, I don't know if you guys watch Bridgerton, but I love that show.
Of course.
Bridgerton.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
like,
did you see the one with Queen Charlotte? That
Yes,
was
my
like,
God,
Queen
that was
Charlotte
so
was so
good.
good. But in Bridgerton, the one sister who really never wanted to get out there, and
Oh, yeah.
she was like, I don't want to.
That wasn't
I
her
don't.
thing.
I don't want. I want to read books. I want to.
well,
have
she's
a,
gay. You know that, right?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
No, in real life or
No, on the show.
Oh, real? I didn't really get. How did, I not get
did I
that?
just ruin that for you? Did you not see that?
I've seen it all, but I didn't.
No, you missed
Oh, because
that
when
one.
okay.
So remember when she was leaving with her new husband?
Yeah, when she was.
Remember when the cousin showed up?
That's right, and it was like.
And I'll tell you, my daughter Max, who's gay, was like, from the beginning, she's like, she's gay. She's gay. I'm like, she's just quiet. Why? She's like, she's gay. And then she's like, see?
See?
Told you.
And then she was like, do you mind if I go away? Shoo, right over my head.
Right.
But anyway, she made that choice, that she would prefer
Oh, wait, we're talking about two different characters. I'm talking about the one that married the guy, not the one.
Oh, no. I know that one. Yes. She's gay. Yes,
Yeah.
she's very
Yeah,
gay.
she's gay.
I'm talking about the other
Yes,
sister.
I can't think of
even
her name.
right
She's
now.
so fabulous.
Yeah,
I love them all.
She's the one
So
who
good.
reads all the books.
Yes.
She's a smart ass.
She's really smart.
Yes.
She's really smart, and she just made a decision that she didn't like. There are just people who just make a decision like, I'm
Yeah,
cool,
this is what
and
I'm
I'm the best
comfortable
auntie
with.
ever. I have so many, and I talk to them all. I'm like, listen, when
this
I
is
get
like-
old, check on me. That's all I'm asking you to do.
But this
That's
is
it.
like an old-fashioned female rhetoric that women
Yeah.
are supposed. All we're supposed to do is
make babies,
Make
take
babies,
care
get
of your man.
married, have
cook
a
and
white
clean.
picket
Yeah,
fence,
like
all that stuff.
man, everyone's got their
It's
own path.
changed.
It's changed.
It has changed.
That's why we're not going to get political. But what
We're
we're gonna
not
say
going
is,
back.
We're going to
We're-
say everyone needs to vote.
Everyone
Oh,
needs to vote.
absolutely.
Just whichever
I
way you
agree.
vote, you
Just vote.
Just need to vote.
Definitely.
That's it.
So what? All right. So so what's the rest of the summer look like for you guys?
I'm off to Cabo next weekend. She's off to Africa, so get a little short vacay, and working on some projects and some things.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
exciting
cool.
things.
Tell me what. So besides Pilates, which you're going to come with me, I want
Yeah.
to take both of you. Would you take a Pilates class with me?
I will take.
Oh,
one with
yeah,
you.
At this place I go to, and I go to this hot mat class too. That's like so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
You just sweat.
Is
the
it good
whole
for
time.
your lashes? Like,
No,
yeah.
I don't. I wear it. Yeah. By the way, I have either 0 on or full.
See, I get
Nothing.
eyelash extensions.
See, I
so
can't
don't
do that anymore.
She doesn't do it.
I
I
gotta
used to
wash
do the
my face.
extensions, and I did it for like a whole year. I
You put
got
me.
'em.
She
I
put
got
me
her
onto
it.
extensions, and I've been doing them for over a decade.
She's been
now.
doing it forever.
I haven't stopped.
I came out of them lashes. I had lizard eyes. I had no lashes, so I refused to do them anymore. I'm like, I'm done.
Whatever.
I'm done.
I put the
I'm
extensions on like when remember when they first came out and you would go to these places and they would glue them, but they
Yeah.
weren't like they only lasted for a couple days.
No.
Yeah, they had these lash bars where they would just put individuals on.
Really?
But I wear contacts and it all just felt kind of like dirty. I like to
No, now
wash
I
my
do the
face.
ones where I cut them all in four and I go underneath and put them on. And they
Oh,
they can
Jamie
stay on.
Greenberg just gave me those, the underneath
Yeah,
ones.
they're
those you like
great.
those?
Yeah, she-
I love them.
she loves 'em.
Really?
Love
All right, you
them.
both have fabulous skin. What's the skin routine?
Well, I use my Euphoy products.
has her own
I have my own Euphoy brand.
Okay,
It means your fountain
fabulous.
of youth. So,
I like
yeah,
that.
it's online. And if you look on my IG, you'll see it. You'll see it in the header right there. But yeah, so I use my Euphoy products.
Yeah, it's working. What do you use?
you.
Besides, we know you use her products too, but what else?
Besides that, nothing much. I
I was
just
gonna
drink
say she
a
probably
lot
does
of water.
Vaseline.
Water is really important.
Water, and vegetables is like my
Yeah.
skin. Honestly, that's like the biggest thing. Some girl ran up to me at the Grove yesterday and was just like, "What do you do for your skin?" I was like, "Water." That's all I drink is water.
Yeah.
I have to get better at water.
Yeah, I drink.
do
As
water,
soon as I
too.
wake up in the morning, I drink a huge glass of water. And then after that glass, I have a glass with lemon, and then I put flax seeds in it, and then I drink that.
Yeah.
So I have that every morning.
I like the
clockwork.
lemon water thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
It's just
very good.
nice in the morning and even at the end of dinner. Sometimes I'll order a hot water with lemon.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
enjoy
and what
that.
else? I'm doing an event. I have a wellness company.
Oh, tell
called
us.
MEI Wellness, Me Wellness, and I do sound baths. So I am doing an
don't wanna come.
event. It's going to be chakra clearing, breath work, yin yoga, and then ending with a sound bath. So it's a 2-hour event, and it's going to be amazing. So
how do we find
You got to
that?
be inside out. Me Wellness is on Instagram, so MEI Wellness LLC. You'll see it, and then the event is listed there. And if you book before, if you're in LA, you book before the 31st of this month, you get $15 off.
Fantastic. And tell them how to find you on Instagram.
Latrielle Mitchell. That's it. You'll find me on IG.
and tell everyone how to find all of your stuff.
At NIKI Murphy. And then, I have the Euphoy, so they'll see it on my
They can
resume.
click over there.
Yeah, they can click over.
Well, you
to
guys
the
are
Euphoy
fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, and I just can't wait to see what y'all do next.
Me too.
Sci-fi fans, this is your summer. Pluto TV's Summer of Cinema is bringing you a universe of free sci-fi movies. Discover new futures with The Matrix and World War Z. Host alien explorers with Arrival. Or beam up to Journey the Galaxy with Star Trek Beyond. The sun never sets in outer space. Or on streaming hundreds of free sci-fi movies when you download the Pluto TV app now. Pluto TV Summer of Cinema. Stream now, pay never.